History has compelled Eagles to upgrade their receivers. Howie Roseman doesn't need to have played the game to understand the modern history of pro football in Philadelphia and how to keep it from repeating. And if he doesn't, his boss is in his ear, reminding him at every turn. The Eagles' executive vice president of football operations, cattle prod no doubt held to his back by increasingly frustrated owner Jeffrey Lurie, executed a bold series of moves on Thursday in an effort to keep quarterback Carson Wentz from going down the same road as Donovan McNabb. Lurie has been there, done that, and it's clear now that he'll do anything to keep from going there again. Hence the addition of free agent receivers Torrey Smith and Alshon Jeffrey. And they still might not be done. In fact, they should only be getting started. Smith and Jeffery must only be a means to an end. Don't be surprised if the Eagles also use the number 14 pick in this year's NFL draft to bring another young, talented receiver into the fold if, say, Mike Williams of Clemson or Corey Davis of Western Michigan is still on the board. Although the Eagles probably will need 2 new starting cornerbacks this year, the thinking of most experts is that they could find both of them after the first round. That's how deep this draft supposedly is. They'll jump off that bridge when they come to it. In the meantime, they don't want their most prized possession to be deprived one more second. They want to get their offense fixed first, which is usually the easiest step, providing the quarterback is in place, before turning to the more complicated task of building a championship defense. What they don't want to do is waste half of Wentz's career trying to win by allocating most of their resources elsewhere. They already lived and died through that scene. 6 years. That's how long Andy Reid and the powers that be in the Philadelphia Eagles organization took to realize that pairing a Pro Bowl caliber receiver with their still young star quarterback Donovan McNabb might be a prudent move. Not coincidentally, they went to the Super Bowl right away. Terrell Owens may have only lasted a season and a half in Philadelphia, but his arrival marked a change in thinking for a team that liked to throw the ball more than any winning team in the NFL at the time. And who could blame them? When your quarterback is your leading rusher in 2000 and your top running back averages 3.6 and 3.8 yards per carry in 2001 and 2002, respectively, this is what you become. The problem is that McNabb was throwing for half a decade to the likes of Torrance Small, Charles Johnson, James Thrash, and Todd Pinkston. Heck, Brian Westbrook didn't even arrive until 2002 and didn't become their top back until the next season, when it finally became clear to Reid and company after Westbrook suffered a season-ending injury in December that McNabb needed more. The Eagles had no offense whatsoever in a conference championship loss to Carolina that was made worse by McNabb getting knocked out of the game. The next season, they were able to cross through the NFC barrier to the Super Bowl. That they never made it back was for many other reasons, but none having to do with lack of talent at wide receiver. After T.O., they always had somebody who can make more plays than they had before him. From Dante Stallworth to Kevin Curtis to Deshaun Jackson to Jeremy Maclin. Their offense was never vertically challenged after that. Until they made some mistakes evaluating Nelson Aguilar, Josh Huff and Dorial Green-Beckham. They might be doing the same here, actually, since both are coming off their worst seasons as professionals. But at least they have accomplished some things that nobody on this team not named Jordan Matthews ever will have a chance to do. Jeffery once compiled 1,421 yards on 89 catches to make the Pro Bowl. The following season, 2014, he caught a career-high 10 touchdowns. Smith 2 seasons ago led the league with an average of 20.1 yards per reception. 2 seasons before that, he amassed 1,128 receiving yards. He's been a Super Bowl champion. So give the Eagles credit for starting the process aggressively.